Stop for a moment, my beloved child. Before you close your eyes tonight, before the world goes quiet, I need you to hear this. You've carried so much today. You've smiled when your heart was breaking. You've pushed through when no one saw the weight on your shoulders. You've stayed strong, not because you felt strong, but because there was no other choice. But now, the day is ending. And I don't want you to fall asleep carrying what I never meant for you to hold. So here's what I want you to do before you sleep tonight: give it to me. The stress. The pressure. The pain you're pretending isn't there. The thoughts that keep spinning. The fear you won't say out loud. Lay it all down. Right here. In my hands. You don't have to fix everything tonight. You don't need all the answers. You don't even have to be okay. You just need to be honest with me. Tell me what you're afraid of. Tell me what you're tired of. Tell me what you wish you could say to someone but can't. There's no fear in my presence. No shame in my nearness. Just love. Just rest. Just peace. You weren't meant to carry the whole world. That's my job. And I never sleep. So while you rest, I'll work. While you breathe, I'll rebuild. While you dream, I'll defend. Let me whisper truth over the lies you believe today: you are not behind. You are not a failure. You are not too much. You are not forgotten. You are mine. And I love you, just as you are. Right now. Not some future version of you. Not a more, put-together, version. Just, you. So breathe, my child. You've done enough for today. You've fought well. You've made it through. Now, let me be God for you. Let me be your peace. Let me be your comfort. Let me be your stillness. Tonight, don't fall asleep with worry. Fall asleep in worship. Not loud, not performative. Just the soft rhythm of your soul saying, I trust you, Lord, even with this. That one whisper of surrender, that's what I long for tonight. More than perfection. More than eloquence. Just a heart that says, here I am. I need you. And I will answer. With peace that passes understanding. With presence that fills the room. With love that wraps you like a warm blanket under a cold sky. Tonight, my child. Sleep. And let heaven sing you to rest. My precious one. You've made it to the end of another day. It may not have been a perfect day, but it was enough. You were enough. And before you drift off into sleep, I need you to know something: I saw everything. Every time you held your tongue when it hurt. Every tear you wiped before anyone could see. Every choice you made to love when it would have been easier to pull away. Every breath you took when you felt like giving up. Nothing escapes my eyes. And I'm not watching you with judgment. I'm watching you with awe. Yes, child, I am proud of you. You didn't have to get everything right for me to say that. Your effort, your heart, your resilience, even in weakness, moved my heart today. And now, as the world slows and the silence grows thick, let me be the one who lies next to your soul. Let me tuck peace into the corners of your restless mind. Let me hold your questions without rushing to answer them. Sometimes, child, the answer is simply, I am here. And I am. Right now, closer than your breath. I'm the stillness between heartbeats. The warmth beneath your blanket. The whisper in the dark that says, you are safe. You are mine. You are not alone. You've tried to carry too much again, haven't you? Those worries about tomorrow. That regret from today. That conversation you keep replaying in your mind. Give it to me. Before your eyes close, open your hands. Physically, if you want. Let your palms face up and whisper, even softly, it's yours, Jesus. Because it is. All of it. Every burden, every fear, every plan, they belong better in my hands than yours. You were never created to be your own savior. You were made to rest. And rest is not just for the body. It's for the soul. So let tonight be holy. Not because everything is perfect, but because you're learning to trust me even when it's not. Let the rhythm of your breath become a lullaby of surrender. Let every exhale say, I release. Let every inhale say, I receive, peace. Forgiveness. Stillness. Love. Tonight is not just a sleep, it is a sacred reset. And while you dream, I will war on your behalf. I will rearrange what needs shifting. I will heal what needs mending. I will defend you in realms you cannot see. So sleep, my love. Not in fear of what may come, but in faith of who holds your tomorrow. Sleep, with the assurance that heaven is standing watch. And my hand is beneath your head. You are safe. You are loved. You are mine. You're lying there in the quiet now, and I can feel your body sinking into the mattress, but your mind is still racing. Your thoughts won't stop, will they? They go in circles. Over what you could have done better today, over the words you wish you hadn't said, over the moments you wish you could go back and fix. But my child, I didn't ask you to be perfect. I asked you to be present with me. I'm not waiting for a flawless version of you to show up. I'm here for the one who's afraid, tired, and unsure, right now, in this very breath. You see, I know how heavy it is to carry guilt that lingers long after the sun goes down. I know how shame can whisper lies even in the stillness. But that's not my voice. I don't condemn. I cover. I don't accuse. I redeem. So tonight, let's do something different. Instead of trying to push those thoughts away, let's name them. Let's call them what they are. Say it to me, God, I'm afraid of failing. God, I feel unworthy. God, I'm angry, but I don't know how to say it. I can handle your honesty, and I will never walk away from it. You don't need to pretend here. I am not shocked by your weakness. I'm drawn to it. Because where you are weak, I am strong. Where you are broken, I build. Where you are lost, I find you. And I've never once lost sight of you, not for a single heartbeat. Even when you doubted me. Even when you avoided me. Even when you tried to be your own savior, I still stayed. I stayed through your silence. I stayed through your struggle. I stayed when you pulled away, and I'm here now, still reaching, still loving, still calling you my own. So let the tears fall if they need to. Let your breathing slow. Let your fists unclench. There is nothing you need to fight for in this moment. No approval to earn. No checklist to complete. Just be. Just breathe. Just let go. That thing you've been holding all day, the one that has wrapped itself around your joy, around your peace, around your sleep, give it to me now. I want it, not because I need it, but because you do. You were never meant to hold something that heavy in hands that were made to worship. Let it fall. That fear of tomorrow. Let it fall. That guilt from today. Let it fall. That ache in your soul that says you're not enough. Let it fall. And as it falls, I'll catch every part of you. Because you are not a burden. You are not too much. You are not broken beyond repair. You are my beloved, the one I formed in the quiet, the one I've watched grow, stumble, heal, break, and rise again. You are my story in motion. And even if tonight feels like a chapter you'd rather skip, it is not wasted. I will use this night, this very moment of exhaustion and surrender, to sow seeds of strength you cannot yet see. Because I do my best work in the dark. When the noise of the world dies down and all that's left is the sound of your soul reaching out to mine, that's where restoration begins. That's where healing takes root. That's where peace flows like a river, slow, steady, and undeniable. So let me sing over you. Not with loud choruses, but with whispers only your spirit can hear. Let me remind you that even as your body rests, your future is being prepared. Your steps are being ordered. Your story is still being written with grace as the ink. You're not falling behind. You're falling into me. Deeper. Slower. Safer. And as your eyelids grow heavy and the shadows in the room blur into stillness, know this: you are more than your mistakes. You are more than what was left undone. You are more than what others didn't see. You are mine, fully, wholly, completely. And that will never change, not by how this day ended, or how tomorrow begins. Now breathe, child. Sleep in me. Let go. I'm right here. And I'm not going anywhere. I know what's really keeping you awake tonight. It's not just the stress, not just the responsibilities or the deadlines. It's not the people or the pain they caused. What's keeping you up, what's really stirring in the deepest part of you, is that quiet ache that whispers, "God, where are you?" And I hear it. That whisper you wouldn't dare say out loud because part of you feels guilty for even thinking it. But I want you to know, I'm not offended by your doubt. I'm moved by your honesty. I would rather have your raw, trembling heart than a rehearsed prayer with no truth in it. You miss me, don't you? You miss the nearness. The fire. That feeling when worship made you cry without even knowing why. That peace that used to settle over you like a blanket on cold nights. And now, all you feel is silence. Dryness. Distance. And yet, you're still here. Still seeking. Still hoping. Still asking, "God, please don't be far from me." And that seeking heart, means I am closer than you think. Because proximity to me isn't measured by what you feel. It's measured by who you turn to. And tonight, even if you feel nothing at all, you've still turned toward me. And that, my child, is faith. Not the kind of faith that makes mountains move, but the kind that holds on when nothing makes sense. The kind that whispers, "I trust you," even when the room is quiet and heaven feels closed. That kind of faith is rare. Sacred. Holy. And it moves my heart in ways you cannot imagine. So before you sleep, I want you to hear me say this: you're not failing. You're not faithless. You're not forgotten. Dry seasons are not dead ends. They're invitations. To grow roots. To drink deeper. To press into the unseen places where your soul learns that I'm not just a feeling, I'm a foundation. I'm not just the warmth of worship, I'm the rock beneath your storm. Even now, I am closer than your breath. I haven't moved. I haven't changed. The same God who touched you when you first called my name is the one watching over you now. But what I'm building in this silence isn't shallow comfort, it's soul endurance. And I know, child, you'd rather feel me than grow. But I promise you, what's forming in you now will carry you when emotions can't. You're learning to walk by faith, not by sight. To pray without goosebumps. To love me when the music stops. And that kind of love. That's real. That's the kind that shakes the gates of hell. That's the kind that makes angels weep and demons flee. So no, you're not far from me. You're walking in the deeper waters now. And though you don't feel the shore beneath your feet, my hand is under you. Always. Let go of the pressure to feel a certain way before you sleep. Let go of the guilt that says you should be more spiritual. You're already doing something holy, you're still here. Still turning toward me. Still trusting. Still whispering, "I need you." That is worship. That is warfare. That is enough. So close your eyes now, not in defeat, but in surrender. Not because everything is fixed, but because you're finally letting me hold what you've been gripping too tightly. Let the quiet become sacred. Let the darkness of the night become a cathedral where your soul meets me again, not with words, but with presence. Just be with me here. In the stillness. In the not knowing. In the heartache. And I'll be with you, not just watching, but surrounding. Not just hearing, but holding. This night is not empty. It's pregnant with my nearness. You are not lost in the silence. You are being wrapped in holy stillness. And while the world keeps spinning, I am anchoring you in something eternal. So hush, beloved. Stop striving. Stop overthinking. Stop replaying everything in your head. It's not yours to figure out tonight. It's mine to carry. Yours to release. And I promise you this, tomorrow may not look different. But you will. Because the one who sleeps in surrender wakes in strength. The one who lets go of control wakes up in peace. And the one who chooses trust in the dark will one day dance in the light. So sleep now, child. Heaven is holding you. I am watching over you. And this silence, it's not rejection. It's invitation, to rest, to heal, to remember, I am still here. I have never left. You've tried to silence it, but it keeps coming back, that whisper inside that says, I should be better by now. That quiet voice of shame reminding you of what you didn't do today, what you said that you regret, the ways you didn't measure up. And you carry it like a secret, hoping no one notices, hoping it'll go away by morning. But child, I see it all, and I'm not turning away. I never have. I know how long you've been carrying this invisible weight. The way you smile when your heart is exhausted. The way you encourage others while you're barely holding on. The way you keep showing up, even when part of you wants to disappear. And I want you to hear me clearly tonight, I am not disappointed in you. You think your flaws have distanced me, but they've only drawn me closer. You think your struggle disqualifies you, but I see it as your invitation. You think your imperfection pushes me away, but that's where I meet you deepest. I didn't come for the cleaned up version of you. I came for this version, the one who's trying. The one who's honest. The one who's hurting and hopeful all at once. I came for the version of you that looks in the mirror and wonders if they're enough, and I say, yes. Yes, you are. So before you sleep tonight, let's lay that shame down. Not just hide it, not just manage it, let's surrender it. Because shame will always whisper lies, but I speak truth. Shame says you're a failure. I say you're forgiven. Shame says you'll never change. I say I'm already working in you. Shame says you're not worthy of peace. I say, peace is your inheritance. It was bought for you, paid for in full, with blood and love and a cross that still echoes through eternity, declaring, you are mine. And you don't need to fix yourself to come close. You just need to come. Broken. Confused. Uncertain. Loved. Let that sink in, you are loved as you are, not as you wish you were. You are embraced, not in spite of your weakness, but because I know that in your weakness, my power will shine brightest. So tonight, breathe again. Not shallow, not rushed, but the kind of breath that says, I don't have to carry this anymore. Exhale the lie that says you're behind. Inhale the truth that you are exactly where grace wants you. Exhale the pressure to perform. Inhale the invitation to simply be with me. Let go of the war within. You fought enough for one day. This night is not for proving, it's for resting. And resting is not failure. Resting is faith. Resting says, I believe God is still working, even when I sleep. Resting says, I don't need to have it all together because He already holds it all. Resting is resistance to the voice that says you're only valuable when you're productive. Resting is worship in its purest form. I created night for this reason, not just for your body to recharge, but for your spirit to remember that even in stillness, I am God. Even in silence, I am near. Even in your lowest moments, I am lifting you without you even knowing it. So let your soul fall asleep in my arms tonight, not afraid of what's left unfinished, but grateful that nothing is ever too broken for me to restore. And when morning comes, when light breaks in through the window and the world wakes up again, you will rise not in shame, but in strength. Because you gave me what was never yours to carry, and I gave you what you could never earn, peace, wholeness, rest. Now sleep, beloved. Heaven stands watch. Mercy is your pillow. Grace is your blanket. And my love, unshakable, unchangeable, eternal, is your covering. You are safe. You are seen. You are mine. I know this isn't just tiredness in your body. It's weariness in your soul. You don't say it out loud because you've learned how to keep going, how to show up, how to be strong when everything inside is weak. But tonight, even if you hide it from the world, you can't hide it from me. I see it. I feel the way your heart slows down in the dark, not from peace but from weight. I see the eyes that stare at the ceiling not because you're awake, but because you're empty. And I'm not asking you to fill that emptiness. I'm asking you to let me meet you in it. You see, the world taught you to measure your worth by how much you give. But I never asked you to pour from a cup that's already dry. I didn't create you to impress me, I created you to know me, to be with me, to rest in me. You are not behind just because you don't feel on fire tonight. You are not a failure just because your soul feels quiet. You are not less valuable just because you feel numb. The desert is not your destination, it's part of the path. And even here, even now, I am with you. I know it's hard to pray when the words don't come. I know you feel like you're offering me silence. But child, do you know what that silence sounds like to me? It sounds like trust. Because even when you feel nothing, you still turn to me. You still lay here hoping I'll speak. You still listen, even through the noise of doubt. And that is what moves my heart. Not the eloquence of your words, but the posture of your surrender. That's the kind of faith that isn't loud but it's loud in heaven. That's the kind of faith that pushes back the darkness. So let me say this gently, like a lullaby to your soul, you're not lost. You're just in between. Between the ache and the answer. Between the valley and the victory. Between the weariness and the wonder. And this, in between, is holy, not because it feels good, but because it's where I do some of my most intimate work. Here, where you can't perform. Here, where you don't have the strength to pretend. Here, where all you can do is lean, and I've been waiting for that lean. Because I'm not just the God of mountaintop moments. I'm the God of quiet bedsides, of late-night tears, of unsaid prayers. You don't have to fight to be loved tonight. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to rehearse some kind of faith performance for me. I'm not watching you to evaluate. I'm watching you to comfort. And even if your worship tonight is a sigh, a tear, a silent breath, I receive it like incense. Because I know the cost behind it. I know what it took just to stay in this place. I know how many nights you've had to talk yourself into believing there's still purpose for you. And I'm here to confirm it. Yes, there is. You're still here because I'm not done. You're still breathing because I'm still building. And I promise, what I am building in you will not be wasted. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to say nothing, say nothing. Just stay near. Let this silence be sacred. Let this darkness be a womb, not a tomb. Because something is growing, quietly, slowly, beautifully, beneath all this stillness. I am working while you rest. I am speaking even when you don't hear. I am moving mountains in realms your eyes will never see. And one day, you'll look back on this night of emptiness and ache, and realize it was the night I was closest. Not because you felt me, but because you finally stopped running and let me carry you. So tonight, let me be enough. Let my love be your blanket. Let my mercy be your song. Let my grace breathe new life into the parts of you that have forgotten how to hope. Don't try to be strong. Don't try to be spiritual. Just be still. Just be held. Just be mine. You're lying here tonight with a question buried beneath the quiet. It doesn't come out loud, but it lingers like fog. Have I let you down? That thought haunts you more than the failure itself, the idea that somewhere along the way, you disappointed me. That somehow your weakness was too loud, your silence too long, your sins too frequent. And now you wonder if I've grown tired of the cycle. If my patience is thinning. If my heart is pulling away. But beloved, listen to me, there has never been a moment where I regretted loving you. Not when you stumbled. Not when you hid. Not when you couldn't bring yourself to pray. Not even when you turned your back, thinking I wouldn't stay. My love isn't transactional. It's not built on your best days. It doesn't depend on your performance. My love is covenant, sealed with blood, not behavior, and I don't break my promises. You believe in me, but you forget sometimes that I believe in you. I chose you. Before the failure. Before the mistakes. Before the guilt you wear like a second skin. I knew what loving you would cost, and I said yes anyway. I said yes knowing there would be nights like this. When shame feels louder than grace. When the enemy's accusations feel more familiar than my affirmations. But I don't speak with accusation. I speak with compassion. And if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with your spirit, you'll hear me whispering even now, I'm still here. And I still want you. Not the cleaned up you. Not the fixed you. Just you. Right now. As you are. So let's do something sacred before you sleep tonight. Let's stop hiding. Let's stop pretending you're okay when you're not. Let's stop pushing me away because you think you need to punish yourself first. You don't need to be punished, I already took that punishment so you could be free. Free to run back. Free to rest. Free to be held, even with dirty hands and a heavy heart. You are not your worst moment. You are not your weakest hour. You are not the one mistake you keep replaying like a broken record. You are my child, and that identity cannot be erased by a bad day, or 100 of them. So bring it all to me. The apologies you don't know how to say. The prayers you feel unworthy to pray. The self-hatred you can't shake. I want all of it. Not so I can scold you, but so I can heal you. So I can pull you out of that pit you think you deserve to stay in. Grace doesn't just forgive what you did. Grace restores who you are. And I see you. The real you. The one underneath the shame. The one I knit together with intention and delight. You are still that person, even if you don't feel like it tonight. So rest now. Let my mercy cover you like the night sky. Let my voice be the lullaby that quiets your soul. I'm not waiting for tomorrow to love you more. I'm not holding my peace hostage until you earn it. I'm here. Now. In this room. In this silence. With open arms and a heart that never stopped beating for you. You're not too far. You're not too broken. And you're not alone. Close your eyes, not with fear of my rejection, but with assurance of my embrace. You are loved beyond logic. Covered beyond measure. Chosen beyond question. And nothing, no mistake, no silence, no sin, can change that. I know there's something deeper behind the tiredness tonight, not just exhaustion, but a quiet ache that keeps asking, have you forgotten me? You wouldn't dare say it out loud. It sounds ungrateful, doesn't it? After all, you've seen my goodness before. You've known my presence. You've tasted joy. But lately, it feels like you've been walking through fog. Like you're speaking into the air. Like I've gone silent. And it scares you, not because you've stopped believing in me, but because you wonder if maybe I've stopped noticing you. Maybe your voice has gotten lost among the louder ones. Maybe your tears don't count anymore. Maybe I've moved on. But listen to me, child, I do not forget the ones I formed. I do not overlook the cries I've carved into my hands. You are not background noise to me. You are the reason I stayed on the cross. You are the one I left the 99 for. I haven't stopped watching. I haven't stopped listening. And I most certainly haven't stopped loving. The silence doesn't mean absence. It means invitation. An invitation to lean closer. To hear me not in the thunder, but in the whisper. You're expecting me to shout over the noise, but I'm waiting in the stillness, where you stop trying to impress me and start simply being with me. That's where our intimacy deepens, not in the answered prayer, but in the unspoken ache. Not in the miracle, but in the mystery. I know you want me to show up loud and clear. But I want to show you that my love is constant even when it's quiet. That I'm still faithful even when I seem far. That true closeness isn't proven by emotion. It's proven by presence. And I am here. Closer than you've ever known. Not standing at a distance, waiting for you to fix yourself, but kneeling right beside your bed, my hand over your heart, steady and sure, whispering, you have not been forgotten. You are not lost in the crowd. You are seen. You are held. You are mine. So before you sleep tonight, let go of that fear that says you've been left behind. Let go of the lie that says your story doesn't matter. Let go of the voice that tries to convince you I've grown silent because you've grown less lovable. I don't love you for what you do. I love you for who you are, who I made you to be, who I see even when you can't see yourself clearly. And I don't need your perfection to stay close. I just need your permission. Let me in, into the questions, into the doubts, into the long wait you're weary of explaining to anyone else. Let me carry what you were never meant to hold. Let me be the anchor while the waves keep coming. Let me be the hand that holds yours in the dark and never lets go. I know you wish you could feel me like you used to. I know it frustrates you that you still cry out and feel no reply. But child, I'm not only near when you feel me. I'm near because I said I would be. And I never break my word. When you said, come into my life, I didn't come for a season. I came to stay. Not as a guest, but as a father. As a friend. As your constant. So even if tonight is quiet, even if your soul is too tired to pray, just know this, your presence with me, even silent, even struggling, is still holy. You don't have to perform for it to count. You don't have to be on fire to be faithful. You just have to stay. Just stay here. With me. In the middle of it all. I'm not going anywhere. And tomorrow? I'll still be here. When the alarm rings and the morning light cuts through the room, I'll still be here, waiting not for your strength, but for your trust. Not for your perfection, but for your heart. And tonight, you can rest knowing that nothing about today made me love you less. Nothing about tomorrow will make me love you more. My love is steady. It doesn't rise and fall with your faith. It is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And right now, in this moment, it's covering you like a soft, unseen blanket, wrapping around your soul, reminding you that even when you feel forgotten, you are fully known. And endlessly loved. There are nights, like this one, when it's not pain that keeps you awake. It's not even fear. It's something colder than that. Something quieter. It's the absence of feeling. The numbness. The sense that you've slipped beneath the surface of your own soul and can't quite find your way back. You used to cry easily, but now, nothing. You used to pray with fire, but now, even the words feel empty. And you've asked yourself, what's wrong with me? Where did I go? But child, hear me, nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken beyond repair. You're not spiritually dead. You're weary. That's all. Deeply, profoundly weary. And I see it, not just the outward exhaustion, but the inner one. The soul weariness that comes not from one great tragedy, but from 1,000 small ones that no one else noticed. The kind of weariness that comes from carrying silent burdens while the world expects you to be fine. But you're not fine. And that's okay. Because I didn't ask you to be fine, I asked you to be mine. You don't need to feel me to belong to me. You don't need to feel passion to still be called. This numbness you carry is not your identity, it's a season. And seasons change. Even the longest winters give way to spring. Even the driest deserts give way to rain. But tonight, before you close your eyes, I want to tell you what to do with that numbness. Don't run from it. Don't curse it. Don't hide it. Bring it to me. Let it sit between us. Let it be what it is, not a sign of failure, but a signal. A signal that you've been walking too long without rest. A signal that your heart has been stretched too thin. A signal that you need not more performance, but more presence. And my presence is here. Even now. Even when you don't feel it. Even when your heart feels like a locked door. I'm not pacing the floor waiting for you to stir. I'm already inside. I've already made a home here. In your stillness. In your silence. In your apathy. My love doesn't flinch at the absence of emotion. It remains. It abides. It holds. And while you sleep tonight, I will be gently gathering the scattered pieces of your heart, not with pressure, but with patience. Not with expectation, but with compassion. Because I know how much it costs to keep going. I know how heavy it is to pretend you're okay. I know what it's like to feel unseen even by those closest to you. But you are not unseen by me. You have never once drifted beyond the range of my gaze. Even your numbness has a sound in heaven. It speaks like a prayer. A prayer that says, I don't know how to feel, but I still want to be near you. And that is more than enough for me. So lay it all down. Not just your fear. Not just your guilt. But even your numbness. Lay it down like an offering, like the widow's 2 coins, small, maybe, but everything you have left. I don't despise small offerings. I bless them. I multiply them. I breathe into them until they become abundance. So give me this stillness. Give me this blankness. And I'll meet you there. Not to awaken you with force, but to stay with you in the stillness until warmth returns. Until the light breaks through again. Until the tears find their way back. Until the tenderness reawakens in your soul like spring returning to a frozen earth. And if that doesn't happen tonight, it's okay. That doesn't mean I'm not working. It just means the soil is being prepared. The roots are going deep. The healing is happening under the surface. And that kind of healing, the kind that changes your very capacity to feel again, takes time. But I have time. And I'll wait with you. I'll sit with you. I'll never rush your return to feeling. I'll just hold space for it, like I'm holding space for you right now. So close your eyes, not because you feel better, but because you trust that you're not alone. Sleep, not because everything is fixed, but because you're finally safe enough to rest. Safe in the truth that even when you can't feel me, I still feel you. I feel your breath. I feel your ache. I feel your stillness. And I call it holy. Wake up slowly, beloved. Don't rush into the noise. Don't reach for your phone. Don't reach for the to-do list. Before the weight of the world tries to climb back onto your shoulders, let me speak something over you, something true, something steady, something eternal. You made it through the night. And that is no small thing. You rested. You let go. Even if just for a little while, you allowed me to carry what was never yours to bear. And now here you are, eyes blinking into the soft light of morning, soul not fully awake but slowly stirring. And I want you to know, I am still here. I never left. Last night didn't disqualify you. The tears didn't make you weak. The silence wasn't wasted. Every breath you gave me, every moment you whispered, "I trust you," even when you weren't sure if you meant it, I received it like incense. And this morning, I'm not watching to see how productive you'll be. I'm not measuring your holiness by how quickly you pray. I'm just here. With you. For you. In you. And I want you to begin this day not with pressure, but with presence. Mine. Yours. Ours. You don't need to leap. You don't need to roar. You just need to stand. Or sit. Or simply breathe. Because the victory of this morning isn't in what you conquer, it's in who you remember. And if you remember nothing else, remember this. You are not starting from empty. You are starting from grace. From the love that carried you through the night. From the arms that held you when no one else knew what you were carrying. From the truth that has not changed, even when your feelings do. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not forgotten. You are beloved. And yes, today will bring its own noise. Its own uncertainty. Its own demands. But none of those things get to define you. I already have. You are mine. And as you move through this day, you don't need to pretend to be strong. You don't need to fix yourself by noon. You don't need to smile if your heart's not ready. You are free to be where you are, as long as you stay with me. And staying with me doesn't mean constant prayer or perfect behavior. It means opening your heart, moment by moment. It means whispering my name when the fear creeps in. It means inviting me into the little things, the coffee, the commute, the silence between conversations. I'm in all of it. I want all of it. There's nothing too small for me to care about. Nothing too messy for me to enter. And if at any point today you feel overwhelmed again, don't be afraid to return to stillness. Don't be ashamed to admit, I need you again. That's not weakness, that's worship. I am not keeping score. I'm keeping you. Holding you together with threads of mercy and breath of hope. And just like last night, when your strength ran out and you sank into my arms, you can always come back. Always. So rise, child of mine. Slowly. Softly. Confident not in your perfection, but in my presence. The sun is rising, not just in the sky, but in you. And no matter what today holds, you are not alone in it.